Hello, I'm Retro81, and I need to explain there's truth about myself that I don't normally talk about in my YouTube channel. Now, okay, when I first started training karate, I took the class, but previously before that, I went through some problems with people that didn't understand me at times. And as you know in life, people come from different backgrounds, so I do too. Now, I went through 2 years of major depression, according to my psychiatric uh, medical records. Now, I have reason to believe these might have been taken from me, my medical records, stolen, copied. Well, they use this likeness to make Jin Kazama. Some of the things I told the Dons in the changing room, that needs to be documented, and I'm putting this on my YouTube channel. So a lot of the likeness came from myself. I told this information to the Don teachers, and as it stands today, nobody wants me credited. I guess because in Riverview, Michigan, nobody cares about me. Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me, I feel like. It's really bad. And could I be wrong? Possibly. The more I do the moves, maybe I gain a little favor from people. But I'm suffering all these years here. So, a truth about myself. There's another truth that I need to share with people so you can really understand me, is that, so knowing that I went through 2 years of major depression, I had like these crying spells at times. How to say it? I used to watch Rebelde. Is that what it's called? RBD? Rebelde? Yeah. I used to watch it at times when I was, in my 20s or whatever. And what I find is that there's some of these characters in the Spanish novela, is that they cry. They cry, and they just do that because, well, it's like you inherit this uh, way about, yourself. If like, I do, I'm Spanish, so I have that way about me too sometimes. And, it's nothing to do with being weak or being misunderstood, but in this part of the country and the world, Michigan, people may not, understand that or want to accept that. I don't know if people want to accept that I'm Hispanic around where I'm living, so I can't understand people around here where I'm living. Now, as offensive as that might be to say, I can't help it. I've got to live my life too. And it's not my fault that I make people jealous here. If I do, for my martial arts history, that's my history. And I can't help that people have a problem with me for being this way. It's like, if you're a fan of Shenmue, you like what I do, you don't have to hate me for that. It's like, okay, you should talk to me because I have my pride too. And if you're a fan of me, you should understand where I'm coming from. I proved myself. I am what I am, and I'm not going to be, thinking I'm less than that. I don't believe I'm less, because I know I earned my respect with some of the best black belts in the world at the time. That being said too, I need to also say that there's another truth about myself. So these are a few truths about myself, Retro81, and there's only one Ryuzuki. You're looking at him right here. There's only one. Now, knowing that with the stress I have been going through in Wayne County, Michigan, it's unacceptable. It's insane as hell that anybody would have to ever go through this kind of nonsense. But, who am I to say this? I'm Ryuzuki. And that's why I'm saying this too. It's not that I ever wanted to lose my degree, and I never had any reason to lose it. It's just, it's been taken from me, but I'm gonna, so that's something separate. But let me focus on this last truth here. Now, Okay, so final truth about I want to declare about this, video here. See, um, and my tripod broke again, so I get these cheap tripods. I just want people to know I have to keep using different hands to hold up the phone. I have no assistance with what I do. Yeah, I was supposed to go see Corey Marshall a few years ago. I had a 2-hour conversation with Corey Marshall, and I never was able to get down to see him. So, I've had my problems in Michigan. I'm trying to fight like hell to get the hell out of here. It's a terrible place for me to be if I'm trying to pursue martial arts movie acting. I mean, all my life, this is like now I remember. This is the truth. See, I was trying to seek the truth in my mind, because I know there's like a lot of civil right violations in my life in Wayne County, Michigan. I'm calling like the Attorney General of Michigan. I'm calling the Wayne County Prosecutor Office of Michigan, because the Riverview Police will not take a police report on the crap I've gone through. They will not accept that, and I will not accept it. That's unacceptable for who I am and what I represent. I'm not going to accept that. There's no way. No way. Absolutely no way. And I know I earned all my respect that year, just training in less than 6 months. And I did all these moves, created the Hazuki style, did all these styles. That's all my legacy. My legacy, not a neighbor's. If you're going to shout it outside the window, you should say it to my face. But I don't think you have that in you, do you? So, anyway, that being said too, I'm going to say more truth. And if you have a problem with me, call the police, because you're guilty. If you're somebody in this community, you violated my human rights, my civil rights, is a better way to say it, because I'm not really human to these people, right? I'm going to say it like it just is. I earned my respect. And then I left the dojang with my integrity, I thought. I had no reason to lose this. Now the teacher, I understand you got family members. You think you're Santa Claus going to another state and you're going to give this to your family. That's unacceptable, And this federation needs to understand the truth here. I don't care if it's been 31 years. I don't care if it's been 31,000 years. I'm still here. I can do this still. And it's not my fault that people get offended. You get offended, that's your problem. It's not my problem. And I've got a whole lot more to say, but I'm going to say the last truth here. So, knowing that I went through 2 years of major depression, it's supposed to be documented in my medical records with Dr. Del Busto, Noro Del Busto. She's of Peruvian descent, and just wanted to make note of that. She thought at one time I was so handsome that I should date her daughter. But that's just something I'm saying, anyway. So, yes, muscles, looks and muscles go hand in hand to work together to make, things happen. They talk like money, too. Looks, muscles, talent, that means something. But it means likeness of Shenmue. It means likeness of Tekken and many things. So let me say, this is the final truth here. Knowing that I went through 2 years of major depression. I went through those 2 years, had crying spells at times. I used to like one girl or two girls. They didn't like me back because I'm like nobody, at the time. People don't really understand who I am or whatever it is about me. Something inside me always made me believe that I had a natural martial arts talent for karate. Like, I was thinking of karate, but I always knew somehow, like, spiritually, I was gifted in martial arts or karate or whatever. So I took a karate class. Turn this down here. So I took a karate class, and I'm the best at it. Not just that, but any martial art. And it's not just that, it's more than that. See, when I took this martial art class, I had this talent. So that being said, I went through 2 years of major depression before that. And then I go into class, I'm doing these moves, but the reason I did these moves was because I used to be watching Bloodsport 1, Kickboxer 1, Kickboxer 2. I recorded this on a VHS video. Now, how to say this? I think there's like maybe some secrets in my own family. You know, I remember being at work at Prospect Airport Services, and you know, I don't know who's in this house when I'm not here. You know, who's friends with my family members? I don't really know. Did somebody want this information from me, this video? It was special to me anyway because I remember recording it and watching it. So I think actually, see, I want people to understand, I have 2 brothers, and I don't know who's responsible for, you know, like, this is what needs to be really said, explain to everyone. I have 2 brothers, and they are not like me as a martial artist or a fighter at all. Not at all. Okay? That needs to be understood. I don't want to fight with my brothers because I don't want to murder them. I could do that, and I don't want to murder someone. So I won't fight with my brothers. I try very hard not to. I have my differences with them, and then there's another problem. To me, it's like I don't even have I think my parents are not my real biological parents. I need people that I'll really understand that. I found a picture in his house. There's a man from a church. They don't want to say nothing at the church. I don't think they do. It's too many controversial problems. So, you know, he has this look about him, looking like this Heihachi Mishima guy. He looks like he's. Now let me explain this. I have an uncle. I have an uncle. He says that's your dad's half brother. Now I don't know what else to say about this. I'm not gonna say nothing else. Okay, so you know, that being said, I understand that, and I remember something more about this woman in a nursery. She has this headband, white headband. Now, I'm not going to say nothing else. That's all I'm saying about that for Tekken likeness. I have these memories, flashbacks in my mind, and they make me have problems at times. Okay, so that's another truth. Let me get to this. This is the very final truth I'm trying to get to, but I keep coming across all these truths that I know, and they do have caused me to have some problems. Now, this is like a, see, let me explain this here. Okay, so the last truth here is finally this. I go through 2 years of major depression. Okay, so I go through that, and then I have always had this desire to be a martial artist and to be a martial arts movie actor. I used to watch Jean-Claude Van Damme, also known as JCVD, in the movies and in other ways. I'm a fan of JCVD as a child, as a kid. All right, so okay, so I go through 2 years of major depression. I'm watching Bloodsport 1, Kickboxer 1, Kickboxer 2 on recorded VHS. Okay, and then what happens is, I develop. Let me explain this. I'm holding a sidekick in the midair. I have a bathroom in my house. I'm holding it in the midair. There's like a wall mirror, and I'm holding it in the midair for practice at times for 3 minutes, maybe up to 5 minutes at a time sometimes. I don't know how I lost this ability for my sidekick after I had the talent in such a special way. That's like something that needs to be criminally investigated, I think, really, because there's some dons I train with that are in this medical association, and I don't know if they have something to do with maybe I went through an operation and something different happened to me. You know, like a colonoscopy. I had to get one done in 1996 or 7. It was, you know, the dons I trained with were fresh out of college, and they also were, one of them or two of them were pursuing the medical field too, and the same one that I'm belonging to. So I don't know what was orchestrated or what, you know, in a way, you know, you can take something from someone and give it to someone else maybe, but you know, what am I going to say? It's not my fault if people don't have martial arts talent. And if you're not born with it, that's too bad. I can't help that. You know, you can acquire these things, but I'm born this way. Now, so what it is, I go through 2 years of major depression, and you know, what happens is I'm watching these videos of Jean-Claude Van Damme. I have this awesome talent. Later I find, now before that I'm practicing the sidekick in the mirror. Since 1994, I was practicing the sidekick. So I was 13 doing this. I held a sidekick in the air on my own. Nobody taught this to me. I copied it from a phone book. I saw this guy holding a sidekick. I could do the stance, but it's hard to, you know, do it holding the phone. Yeah, so if you can imagine in the 1990s, the only way to learn martial arts is through books, you know, through like videos, whatever, if you can find it, the content. So I'm naturally flexible my whole life. I used to sit differently as a child. You know, I'm a different kind of a kid. Too energetic, too much in me to do these things naturally. But I have that talent anyway. Now, to explain this really, okay, so knowing this information, I had a dream to be a martial arts movie actor. This is the fundamental truth of my video. This is the, or should I say, is that the wrong word? This is the foundational truth of my, this is the foundational truth of my training, the purpose of my training in many ways. I had a dream to be a martial arts movie actor. I used to watch Jean-Claude Van Damme growing up as a child, and I used to do these things naturally. These moves came to me naturally, like nothing. So knowing that, how to explain this the right way, I'll say it again. I had a dream to become a martial arts movie actor before I trained at Region 5, the United States Subakdo Muay Kwan Federation. So I had a dream to be this way. I proved myself in training to be this way in every significant, immaculate, which means very proven, like it means like it's like a clean, proven talent, perfect, clean, perfect talent. Like it's just so powerful, the talent I showed, I displayed in many ways. You know, that's the word that my Don teacher used to, one of those Don guys used to use was immaculate. Now they use that word at there's this Catholic, some kind of parish or something down the road. I don't know what they call it. It used to be called Sisters of Mary Repair Chicks in Riverview. Immaculate is one of the words these Dons used to use when I was training. They would say words that were kind of like resembling Mortal Kombat in some ways. They would say like immaculate. Oh, it's so impressive. They'd be like impressive. They'd be like say, well, fascinating, or different things like talent. They say it's to each other like subliminally. Wanted me to. I mean, I would catch on to what's going on in the class because I know I'm the guy that has these traits with these attributes. I'm the only one, and I've proven this too many times with these Dons. So, knowing that I earned my SU Arts degree in martial arts, the martial artist I really am is just that way naturally. I'm not just anybody. I'm in Riverview, Michigan, but this area is not good enough for me. Put it that way. It's not good enough for me. It never was. There's a lot of places in the world, they're not good enough for me. I'm a different kind of a person. The person that photograph, I don't know why, but I now I've heard a rumor that there's in this community there's a son or family or something. I don't know who they are, but I'm wondering at times, is it my own family? Because there's a photograph of somebody that I found here. Looks like it could be my biological dad. It does. Now, has anyone ever heard of Pablo Escobar? This is another truth coming out. So, if you've heard of Pablo Escobar, some people have. Yeah, it's like is like dealing with like Colombia or something, maybe. It's been a while since I researched him. I think he's like a what was he actually like a Colombian drug lord or something at one time? All right. Now this Heihachi Mishima character, I don't know. You know, like, see, let me explain this. There's likenesses of video games that they don't always explain, video games. They don't just explain this because they don't want people to really know about this. They don't. So, like, it's like that. And I'm wondering, really, it's like, this guy, he has this look about him. Now, he looks like he is my dad's half brother. Is that true? I have an uncle that said that to me. Yeah, and it's just different like that. Like I have this dad that tells me, about these Native Americans all the time. Where did they go to? Like I think they're dead and gone now, but they're in my dad's history. I'm in Mexican Town here, talking about Mexican Town. I was in Mexican Town many times. So there's these Native Americans that, what are their names? It's just Arthur, Oliver, Keith. That's what I'm told all the time. It's like, well, I don't know what to do about them. I mean, if it's not talking about time at Shoney's, but I remember there's a time at Shoney's. I think it was this guy named Oliver. And that's one time I remember Oliver when I was a child. This disregarding, the time about the, I mean, there's something that happened there that day. Maybe people don't want to understand that about, me being different. Like, I'll just say it anyway. This girl with the gold glasses, and her name was Sarah Bach. Her father, let me explain this. I don't understand the situation, but I go there to eat, and I'm eating these chicken fingers or whatever, but that's just what I typically order if I do, or if my parents order it, but I don't even care to have it, or whatever it is. I don't know. I guess I was unaware of this girl across, some girl I don't even know. She doesn't talk. She's like autistic, I guess. Told by her mother she's autistic. So I can't believe how to explain it. This is the problem with my family. I do believe that Sarah has history with my family and Val, but this is what really happens. I think there's the picture of these chicken fingers from this Trips restaurant, Chattanooga, Tennessee. But she wanted to take a picture of that when I knew her later in life. And this is like a very, insane truth that she doesn't tell me nothing. Look at how long she waited to explain this. You see, it's so offensive in so many ways. I mean, I hate swearing sometimes too much, but it really offends the shit out of me. Like, man, so offensive that you can't just have somebody tell me this. If you're too autistic, Sarah, you need to tell me the truth because you ruined my life. You ruined my whole life. Don't you understand that? You need to tell me the truth. Have somebody that's able to speak and tell me the truth. If you can't do it, have your mommy or your daddy do it, but your daddy's mental. I know he's mental as hell because I'm going to tell what really happened at Shoney's. Okay? Not going to take this crap from nobody. All right, so I'm a child. I go there to eat at Shoney's restaurant. It's like this restaurant that used to be there. Used to be where this K-Pot is. It's not there now. A long time ago, it was a Shoney's restaurant. It's like a southern restaurant that's there at times. You know, okay, so I was eating the buffet, I guess, and I was going to, or I was just going to eat chicken fingers. I don't know what it was. You know, I mean, if I knew today what I was going through, you know, I'm just a little boy. I'm a child. I'm like 10, 9, 11. I don't know what it was. I'd give you all my food. I mean, I feel bad. If you're over there in the corner, you have a secret crush on me. That's what I remember from Ron Raimi. This little girl with gold glasses. I remember her playing this harp at a church. It's insane as hell. You know, I'm not going to say nothing about, I don't say nothing, but it's just different. Some things are different. Some things are secret in this community here, you know. And I remember that girl, but I barely remember. When I was a child, nobody really tells me who she is. I just don't understand this. There's more history about this, you know, like, you know, but there's more, like even with some kind of a cider mill scenario, you know, nobody really makes me aware of this. Nobody tells me, but I have to meditate enough to figure this out on my own. I'm a shoe artist, a martial artist. I'm Ryuzuki. I earned the title, but that's something I don't know what to do about. If I'm not respected that way, I mean, you know, what am I going to do? Just give it to someone else? A fake one? I'll give it to a fake one, I guess. I guess I might have to give my title to a fake Ryuzuki. And what am I going to do? It's just crazy the way this community doesn't understand martial arts anyway. How am I say? But, you know, you have to understand this. If you like martial arts, I do this naturally anyway. But, so, there's this pastime that I remember, and so what happened, and I'm going to say it anyway. So knowing that there's these Native Americans in my dad's history, all right, so I don't know what tribe they were. They might be the Reds, I'm thinking, from Canada. I'm starting to think maybe they're from Canada at times. Which tribe are they from Canada? Were they Aborigine too? I don't know. I think they have Aborigine Indians in Canada. Was that their name? Or is that's something from Africa? I don't know. I mean, I've seen Ace Ventura also, the Pet Detective too, but I don't know if that's the word. I think they may have been Reds from Canada or some other tribe from Canada. I don't know. So that might be true, but I don't know if they're what tribe they were. There was some, but my dad keeps talking about them and wanting to know about them. I can't find them. I don't know if they're alive, any of them today. But anyways, this guy named Alvar at the end of the dinner, or someone at the end does talk to my family. But let me explain this here, what happens that day. All right, so their father, this Bach father, this Polish family, he's a mentally ill patient. And I have to explain this, Sarah, okay? If you're watching this. He's like a very severely mentally ill person. He has a severe case. And I think what it is, that the Polish community keeps letting this man get away with committing crimes, maybe that are like mentally ill crimes in some ways. I think that might be going on. I'm starting to suspect that in this guy. He's not really he's not normal, okay? Now, for Raymond to say that, oh, he's going to end up like that, is that what you all wanted? Because you knew you were taking this from me. You guys knew you were taking the SU Arts degree from me at the time. I remember Raymond saying that in the changing room, mentioning Robert Bach, mentioning Valerie Bach. I do remember that. He mentioned the name of Robert Bach because he's always known to be on psychotropic medicine. He's mental. He's proven that because I don't know the history enough about him, but I mean, I did see a picture of him. It looks like the likeness of this guy from Shenmue 3. Now that's something else that's, different. I saw this guy, the guy in Shenmue 3 that does the Shaolin moves, the monkey, all his moves and stuff. Okay, I don't want to be on their bad side in a way, but at the same time, I've got to say the truth about myself, Sarah. I'm Ryuzuki. I'm chosen. I'm this person. So, now, how to explain this? I'm watching, I have the video recorded. I put it on my YouTube channel. Look it up. I'm watching some Shenmue program or whatever, and then there's people in the background. They talk about the likeness of these characters or something of that matter, their nature. They say, who's this guy? Who's this guy? And one guy says, he's Bob. He's Bob. He's Bob. They're kind of laughing. He must be Bob. I saw a picture of this guy, and the mother showed me a picture. This Bob guy used to have long hair, just like that. Save your pictures, right? I saw this Bob guy with real long hair, and he's got red hair at times. They're fans of Bee Gees, whatever, okay. But I have to tell the truth here, right? So, I have reasons to believe, and I remember vaguely, I saw those pictures, vaguely, very vaguely at Sarah's house from Joey. Joey LaJoy stole these pictures. I might as well say you stole them because you don't want to say you have them. I want to say he took them from me after I earned them, and I saw him take them out of the bathroom and walk right out the door. Now, that's not only that. These pictures are tournament pictures. The first one, it's like a very special opportunity for me to do martial arts when I'm 14. My parents, I went through years of being forced to do baseball, and every time I wanted to do martial arts, my dad would say, no, 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 no. And people know that I'm playing baseball with, he's a very strict Spanish father. One time I ran away from him. I went into the forest in Melvindale behind Strong Junior High School. At one time, I felt, just sick in my mind. I wanted to run away. So I ran away from my dad. I ran away from him. If that is my father, I don't even know. I don't know. I think I'm an orphan after something happened at that church, the one Horton's from, right here in Riverview. I don't want to get them sick, but, no one wants to talk about this guy named Pastor Mitchell, right? I mean, I'm forced to believe this crap. It's like crap to me. How to explain this? You see this here, everybody? Is that a Catholic monastery church? I should have been in that because this born again kind of stuff is like the worst crap I've been exposed to. And I don't care if they're offended. I don't believe in their doctrines very much because their stuff is like brainwashing and ruined my life. I think there's a lot of people dead because I'm taught to be born again Christian, and I hate that kind of teaching in a lot of ways because it only teaches me to fail in life. And I don't know how to explain it. I believe you have to be smart if you're going to choose Christianity. If you have to be some kind of religion, who the hell cares sometimes? That's what I say, really. I don't even care to be any religion most days because look at what it's done for my life. It's destroyed it. People are dead because they don't understand me. And that's why I hate. See his eyebrows? Look at that. That's me there. That might be my own brother. Oh, I don't want to say that, do I? Let's not talk about that because this is the problem here too. There you, Sarah. That's your likeness, Joy. Is that my brother, Rudy? Yeah. Is that me on the side? Ryan? Yeah. I remember people dressing up like this at times. Let's go out to eat. What am I supposed to say about that? See? And where did I remember seeing family member? Well, I won't just say right now, but I remember the time, the day. And if they want to deny it, keep denying it. Still looking for that jacket. What do I do about it? Size 38. Marte Frances. Is that the likeness? It was a Shenmue jacket because I'm the only Ryuzuki in the world. Call it what it is. It's got the same collarbone. You won't find it anywhere else. Who has it? I don't know. Now, explain this furthermore. Let's keep going. So I'm gonna explain this. There's one truth I'm gonna talk about here. Okay, so knowing that, okay, so I went to Shoney's. Let me explain. I go to Shoney's. There's this little girl in the corner. She's got gold glasses. My mom says, Ryan, don't you want to give your chicken fingers to a friend over there? And I don't know who this person is. So I mean, they never avail themselves enough to me. It's not my fault. I don't know who they are, but Sarah and Brandon have creeped me out at times in my history. I don't know who the hell they are in my childhood. They're presented to me, but who the hell are they? Who the hell are you people? Seriously, who the hell are you? Who are you? And I don't know, because this girl had a school of choice. She went to Riverview High School. And she didn't have to go there, but maybe those Catholic girls from where you were going to school at have a good reason to hate you, Sarah. And not like you. I don't know what your history is with those Catholic girls that were mean to you. Maybe they have a good reason for not liking you. You know, I'm wanting to sue Poland because of your shit. Understand me? I'm wanting to sue your nation. Because what I'm worth is a lot of money. And that's my problem with your country. I'm from Spain. I'm from Mexico or Colombia. I don't know where I'm from. My parents aren't telling me the real truth here. They're not telling me the truth. And yeah, I know everything you say is like a lie, or is a lie, or a half-truth. Who's going to be honest, Sarah Bach? You tell me. You want to be honest? Be honest. I don't know. I don't think she's really ever honest. She's just a liar in so many ways. And that's going to cause you to not speak. Have someone tell the truth for you. I don't think you can handle it. See, that's the crap I go through. So I'm sitting here, you know, I've got the picture of the chicken fingers somewhere upstairs. I don't know what to say. The ones that are like later. So how to explain this? My family took Sarah to a Florida trips restaurant. And this is supposed to not happen, okay? It's not supposed to only be about this stupid Sarah girl. Damn it, you know? I'm supposed to be Ryuzuki a long time ago. And if you people think I'm mean to her, she don't deserve anything worse than this, okay? She's been through, she's lived my life, had my royalties and everything. This girl deserves all this shit on her because she deserves it, okay? I earned my respect, and I don't get to live my life. Now she's got kids. That's not my problem, you know? I don't even know I don't have a sex life history here because this girl controlled my reputation in so many damn ways. It's so offensive. I can't live my life. Everybody hates me because she has to look good. It's fixed this way, everybody in Riverview, for me to fail. That's because people knew I'm worth a lot of money. It's a damn terrible scandal in Riverview, Michigan. Have your name be Riverview, and you're going to be known for this. Looking like crap. Because, hey, I got to live my life too, everybody. I mean, I want to have sex too. I want to live my life, but can I? Can I ever live my life? No. It's about everybody else here. That's so offensive to me. I mean, to have my degree stolen from my room, and we're way worse than that. These truths are going to make people sick sometimes. I don't want to get too into it, but that's what I get for being Ryo Hazuki on my own. Let me explain this here, okay? Let me get back to this now. What happened is I go into this Shoney's restaurant, and then okay, I don't know who this girl is, so I say no, I don't know what to do about her. You know, I'm not giving her my food. I mean, like, I'm a little boy. I've got to eat too. I don't know what to do about her. She's there. She must be eating too. I don't know what to think. I'm only like 10 or 11 or something. So what happens, there's this angry guy, and I remember what he looked like. I remember what he sounded like. He's the same guy that I met through Sarah. That's your father. Comes over there. He slams my head really, really hard into the plate. And he slams it really hard, and it's my food there, but He's slant after they bring it, just after they bring the chicken finger shit, and I don't want that shit anyway. You can have it all. But this is what happens. This guy, you know, he comes to me and I'm like 10 or 11. He slams my head like he's like bang. It's like pow. Like really, really hard. Pow. Really hard, really hard. And I think my nose might be broken or something almost. I don't know what it is. But yeah, he's like some mental patient. He does do this. I clearly remember this. This is the truth about this person, and he gets away with so much shit. It's so offensive. You know, why doesn't somebody tell me the truth about what's going on in my life? Were my real parents murdered? See, that's another problem. I don't even believe I'm living with my real parents. Now this guy comes over, he slams my head into the plate, and he says, he's just like pow. He says, you can keep your chicken fingers, you stupid little Mexican boy. Okay, that's what he typically says, right? Every time I see him, that's the kind of guy he is. He's like racist, Sarah. Now that's your father, okay? If he's prejudiced against my nationality, I don't know what to tell you. That's the impression I have of Polish people from you, from your family. He tells me something like that, little Mexican boy, little stupid, skinny little Mexican boy, whatever the hell he says. And I lost my strength after I trained that year. Now, this is your problem, Sarah. You don't want to tell me. You don't want to call me. You don't got no guts, no backbone. I do. I have it. And I've proven myself in my history. And this is the problem I have. Your family steals from me, steals my money. My royalties are mine. I earned it through that Raymond guy. He might be Irish, and that's the thing about this. He is Irish. The father's Irish and Polish. I know that the background. Now, you guys are like the way you are, but nobody tells me what I'm going to go through. And here I am. I'm age 45 today. It's my birthday today. I'm Ryuzuki. I'm age 45. This is the crap I go through. I cannot get an attorney. I cannot get a lawyer to help me. Nobody stands up for me in America, in Michigan. It's such a discriminating problem I have in Michigan. Such a terrible place for me to live in Wayne County. It is my birthday today, but I can't even get an attorney that I can afford. I'm supposed to have billions of dollars. 300 billion at least for me and Jen Kazama. I prove these things in every way. And the Scoop and Law Firm next door has so much nerve thinking they're better than me. Everything I'm saying is so true. They don't want to help me. They won't say nothing. All this time, they have the silence of the lambs, right? Is that what you are? I'm going to start thinking of you guys as the silence of the lambs. That's what you are? Silence of the lambs? I don't know what they are. They just think they're special. Not tell me, well, who the hell are you people? You're related to my teacher? Oh, okay, maybe I should get to know you a certain way, but then again, they're like rich people from Grosse Pointe. Yeah, I don't know what the hell to do about them. But Michigan, Wayne County, won't do a damn thing about them to help me with my situation. So many of my civil rights are extremely violated from them wanting to be better. They have to be better. I wish I was lighter skin tone. Not this way, but damn it, I don't wish that. It's that, you know what? I lost my degree, and I had a dream to be a martial arts movie actor. Going into the train at Dojang. Why should I lose all that honor? Because you're offended? Go fuck your goddamn self. That's what I say to you. I don't care if the Christians hate me. Go fuck yourself. And that's how violent and angry I am. There's a guy, Roberto Jimenez. What happened to him? Where's he at? You want to fill me in there? B? You want to fill me in there? I remember Mike Sigif was kind of talking about him sometimes. Where's Roberto Jimenez now? Where is he? You want to figure this out? The Biako Kai guy. Where is he now? Want to tell me? Where's Roberto Jimenez? I trained with Sensei Roberto Jimenez. I still have my degree. That's a SUAR degree also. That's another SUAR degree I earned. Where's Roberto Jimenez? Tell me. Now, I've been through these things, and I demand respect. I demand respect for who I really am. Wayne County needs to understand I demand my respect given to me. I don't want to live here. I've gone through so much terrible shit. I demand my respect. I earned it. The crap I go through is because people discriminate. They're racist too, and they don't respect me for who I am. That's your problem. You don't like me? You need to understand my history. Find me on YouTube. I can be a nice man, but you need to understand I'm not screwing around. I'm not messing around with nothing here. I've earned clearly all my respect in every significant way. I'm an honorable martial artist, an honorable Sioux artist to Japan. I did this also for Japan. And for me to go through this crap at the tournament is really wrong. That Silverado tournament in 2022. This is set up by the Riverview Police Station, I believe, potentially. Make note of that. The Scoopins have something to do with it. I remember them saying something on the speaker at the Silverado tournament when I was there. I was there alone. I drove there myself, went there. Let me explain this. The reason I attended that tournament, they won't let me train at Region 5. They're discriminating against my human rights, my civil rights. They won't let me train. There's a okay, how to explain this? There's a tall Mexican guy, reminds me of Goofy. He looks like Goofy to me, but he wants me to leave the facility. So Doreen, the administrator there, whatever she is, are you not familiar with Mike Sigafoos' old school karate ways and my ways? I guess you're not up to par with that, really, are you? You're not familiar up to par with it, because if you knew what I was talking about, this Yama Leaf girl, how I say she needed protection. Yeah, she needed some kind of protection. This is what really happened here. I'm calling from the mental hospital because, see, I'm put into a terrible situation. I would never have been in this situation if in 1995, the teacher had just given me the degree that he had issued me. He gave it to me because he knows that I really earned it. Then I could have had sex a long time ago. Let's tell the truth about myself. I mean, I'm Ryuzuki, the only one in the world anyway. What am I gonna say? Keep going through this crap because other people are so jealous here. What should I do? Damn, what should I do? See, I go through many problems, but this is the crap of discrimination and how terrible it is so horrifically terrible. So what happened, again, I don't want to freak people out. And let me say, there's going to be people that may not be able to watch this because this is the problem. You know, it's a lot of terrible things I went through. If you're a woman, you can watch this, good for you. Good for you. But I think there's going to be some women maybe crying. If you're not, well, I'm Ryuzuki, and I prove these things myself. It's not like you should change the original likeness of this person, because there's no one that just goes into class. How to explain this? In 1995, there's no greater honor in the martial arts than what I earned that year. That degree, there's no greater document honor in the martial arts than the honor of Ryuzuki, than the honor of Jin Kazama, the honor of all these things, Inuyasha, all this from like a relationship, vague relationship of romance somewhat at a private school. Inuyasha was created. There's more, okay? Something about a jewel in my eye. I'll say it again, there's a jewel in my eye. There's like a mineralization, crystallization of pink looking, and it was in my eye. The doctor took it out of one of my eyes. It was bothering me. My mother dropped me off there was an Allen Park clinic, and one time my mother dropped me off there, and they figured out what was wrong, and they pulled this pink ball out of my eye, and it was a little gutsy or whatever, but I don't know if there's something special about it or whatever, but it was it looked like a gem, like a little crystal or something. And then, okay, so there's history with this Baptist park here, Taylor, Michigan. And, you know, this is the thing about this. It's a private school. Sometimes people go to that school to, um, they go there if they're even not Christian faith or whatever they believe in. You know, they might go there anyway. Okay, they might go there anyway. You know, whatever. It's just they might go there. Doesn't matter. So, you know how to say it. I feel kind of bad for this Sarah. In some ways, I feel kind of bad for her. All right, she's like the likeness of this Kikyo, but they're not just saying that. For Inuyasha, she knows about Kikyo. The last name Cox. I saw it in her email records. I saw it in her, I looked her up online. Is that some correlation to Raymond Savoy too? Potentially. Okay, this last name Cox in the email contacts of her. What's the guy's name for the Inuyasha voiceover? I have to look it up again. All right, so I'm supposed to be Inuyasha. There's a medical profession that they close this place down now in Elm Park. One time there was this, something was bothering my eye. I think it was this eye or that eye. Which one? I think it was this eye. I don't know. I don't even know. But I remember one of the eyes I have. Okay, like there was something bothering me. It kept bothering me. It was like something. My face was like different at times growing up. Now there was something in my eye. They put these, optometry kind of tweezers and tools and stuff in my, between my eye, and they somehow pulled something out. They were able to do it. It was really, really painful. I need to explain it. It was really, really painful, but they found a way to get it out of my head. It's like behind my eye somehow. They manually did stuff. I believe they, how to explain it? All right, I don't believe, but they numb my face at times to get that out, and they got it out. It was not easy for the doctor to do, and they took it out. But I think maybe what it was, now the parents I got, I don't think they're gonna even admit to this, because I remember this happening. It's the same clinic where my I have an older brother, and he used to get shots there. I used to get shots. Now, growing up as a child, we would go there to get shots. So we had like traumatic experiences going there to get shots. I don't know if Rudy remembers this, but I remember this. It's one of my brothers. He might deny it. He might not like me anyway. I don't know what he thinks of me. He doesn't talk to me at all. So, knowing this information here too, we're running around, little funny little Mexican kids. Sorry, I know our nationality. I'm not offended. We're little Mexican boys fighting with each other, socking each other, calling each other. I call him Fat Boy. He calls me Edward, because I can't, because like I'm failing in school. Well, it's like a mean thing we say. I call him Rolls. There's Jack's pizza shop, or Jack's Bakery is what they call it. In Melvindale, growing up there, he's doubles there sometimes. He's like that. And then he's also, he's just a fat kid growing up. And so he became a vegan and is shaped later in life. And he's respected for running today. He's good at that. But the way I remember him is, growing up, and, I can even remember when I'm age 14, he's suffering. He says like acne on his face. He's really obese. I kind of, in a way, didn't know if I should bring a pretty girlfriend over to the house. There was this Greek girl I knew at one time, and I felt kind of bad to bring her over if he would be having problems like that. To see me with someone like that, this beautiful girl, I don't know what to do about her. Maybe the men in my family would be jealous. So I just didn't bring her around. I mean, I don't know if people could blame me in a way, but I didn't know what to do about her at times. I was having so many problems with other people. What am I gonna do? So, yeah, at the time, I just didn't know what to do, and then let me explain. There's this girl in Mrs. Bryo's class, And then there's this Mr. Cook guy from Baptist Park School. And then what happens is, see, there's this little girl, again, with the gold glasses. She's the same one from karate class. She's age 11. The way I'm presented, they present her to the classes. I forget how they present her, but she does have she has these rights to come to class there at a Baptist Park and just sit there. So I don't know why, like, Baptist Park administration, I'm remembering, like, I see, like, they give her the rights, some kind of special civil rights to come into class and sit there and just I think what it is, she has this strong sexual and strong attraction, physical attraction. I should say she has a strong, it's Sarah Bach. She has a strong physical attraction for me. So if you're not watching me going to sharpen a pencil, looking at my gluteus maximus minimus, okay, I don't know what to do about these girls that like me like that. But I'm going through all these things. Now, that's true, real history. So it's that. And then this Jackie Marshall is there too in the class, but she's like age 13. And then there's this Sarah Bach, and she's age 11. And then what is going on here? You know, these other likenesses of people from Inuyasha. I remember who they are. There's this guy named Diego, and he would open his hand like this, and he'd say, "Wind tunnel." Now this guy had feelings for this Jackie Marshall too, and at times I just didn't know what to do about her liking me, so I just didn't know what to do. I had a lot of girls that liked me anyway. I thought I'm always going to have this martial arts talent. I kept training the martial arts. That year, I didn't date her because I kept being loyal to Raymond Savoy. I kept being loyal to the Dons that year, and they didn't care enough to ever do nothing for me, even today. So, you know, this is Inuyasha likeness. It's real, truthful history. And, yeah, if it wasn't that time that Every Heart song was using my dialogue to put into their lyrics for their song, because I remember the English words for Every Heart. I said those same words to Jackie when she was crying, and I hugged her one time. And it was sweet. I was nice to her. I told her, I care about her. I love her. I just didn't know what to do. At times, I said, there is a warming place inside my mind. And so I said, I told her, I said, I said, I want you to understand, if I never see you again, just understand me. There is a warming place inside my mind. And in my earliest days when I'm younger, it's really sweet. So I said, it's so sweet. I mean, I might as well say the same words. I said, when I'm younger, I said, I want you to understand this. In my earliest days, no, this is the word. Okay, so I said, this is how I said it. So what happens, me and Jackie were walking in the hallway in this, this private school, and then we're walking, and then, okay, she looks at me, she's kind of crying, like, well, why don't you have feelings for me? Why don't you go out with me? I can see how you flirt with me, Ryan. And she's saying that, I'm like, so I'm walking, like, we walk together, we talk together sometimes. I like her, but I don't know how to make time for her at times. I should. I just don't know if I should, what to do. So what happens is, I'm wearing my typical clothing, doctors and that, and I've got my body looks like Jean-Claude Van Damme every day. I wake up and go to bed. I didn't take pictures, but I remember myself being that way. The same way I used to hold my bag, like Jin Kazama, this, or Ryuzuki, like this. Think of Xiao Yu and Jin Kazama. Xiao Yu is really a girl that was the name of, what's her name? Courtney? Okay, she's American, but like, yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter what nationality you are, okay, but see, she's the likeness of that, and I'm Jin. But that's, all kind of girls were in love with me, had such deep, powerful, strong feelings for me. I'm Shenmue, I'm Ryuzuki, I'm Jin, all these things. I'm a powerful entity, deity, or something strong and different. I don't know why that is, but I'm born like this. Okay, so, yeah. Now, how to explain this? This is what happened. Me and Jackie are walking down the hallway, and then she's like, kind of crying. She's like, like kind of, walking, and I stop her, and I sit, and I'm looking at her. I'm just, I say, are you okay? Saying and then, so I hug her. I give her a big, big hug, like a true, loving, loyal hug, because I do love her like that. I care about her. And I do that for my, I mean it. And so, I do that, and then I tell her, I say, Jackie, I want you to know that I care a lot about you, and if there's a time where I can't know you, I want you to understand me, hear my words. I say, there's a time, okay, I say, there's a warming place inside my mind, and in my earliest days, it's so sweet. There are many stars, and the words they tell me are kind. Not me, and the words they tell are kind. So I say this, I'll say it again. It's like, I say, I want you to understand me, hear my words. My head is touching her head. I'm hugging her. I'm saying, and my forehead is touching her forehead when I tell her this. But there's a reason why I said these words. And I'll explain it. So I hug her and I say, I'm like this. I'm like, I say, and so I'm just thinking it's been such a long time, but I do know that's my dialogue used for that. I know that, but I remember that because the things I said, I think, were conveyed to the administration there in Israel. So I say what I said. I mean, I've already said it. It's just the dialogue from the song, and I just can't keep remembering it, But the reason I said it is because I'm having I don't know what I'm gonna do about her, because I have to balance martial arts training. I feel like I've got something going with these Dan teachers, so I'm balancing that out, and I'm balancing out the, everything in my life. Maybe different people don't understand me, or if I have a girlfriend in my life, maybe my family won't understand me because, the family that I'm living with, they don't understand me being sexually active and her sexually active together. They're not going to understand that. The parents I'm living with, they're probably not going to understand me if I'm like, the way they think is different. And I don't understand why they're so strict, but they just are. Maybe it's because they're so protective. I don't know what to say about that. Okay, so, yeah, I'm age 14. She's age 13 or 12. I think she's age 13. She's like 1 year younger than me, I remember. I'm age 14, she's 13. Yeah, and that Sarah girl, the administration brought her into class and just let her sit there. But I don't know why they were doing that. I think she had strong feelings for me too, Sarah Bach. I dated her later, and then the crap happened later with Sarah and me. But talk about that maybe in our time. So Jackie is like special to me in ways, but I wish I had dated her. I had known her. I didn't know what to do. And I feel like I'm terrible and sorry every day of my life. I feel so terrible about her. I feel really, really terrible and bad every day. I wish I had known her that way, because she, you know, there was another time like where I remember we were outside of class and we were like sitting on the stairs, um, but we were holding each other, just like, it's like we're laying down together. It's just like under a tree, and I was holding her. She was in my lap, and I was holding her, like, I didn't know what else to do, so I just there with her. And it's like the likeness of Inuyasha, you see. So there's pictures online you can find that are likenesses of this, and that's why they have them. They're likenesses of my history. That's another truth about this Inuyasha. But people that are administrators, they're not just going to admit this. I mean, who am I? Who am I? Ooh, who am I? Ooh, who are you? You're sexier. Whatever. People that get jealous of this kind of stuff. I noticed that it's all the Polish community that has this information more than likely and does not want to admit these things. So, I'm out this way and living, I'm around here. So this happened in Taylor, Michigan, but it's this Polish community is here, around here. They're in Wyandotte and Riverview, and, what am I going to do about these Polish people that don't like me? I mean, I'm this way. I'm really the likeness of all these people, and what am I supposed to say to these people? They hate me. Do you hate me? Or are you going to accept me finally? But what am I going to do? Every day I'm here, it's like I have bad memories of me and Sarah, because it's all about Sarah being better and showing off with her friends all those years. Yeah, that's a real problem I have in history with Sarah Bach. It's only about her friends showing off. I can remember times she was saying, I don't want Ryan to become Catholic. To her mom, she's like, I don't want Ryan to become Catholic. She would say that. I don't want Ryan to become Catholic. She said that to her own mother. Well, I know what she's like. She's like a show-off. What do I do about you? Well, you're a mother now today, right? Aren't you, Sarah? Raise your kids right, if you know how to do that. I don't know. I don't think I don't want to say it. Forget it. But that's the thing. You got to raise your family right, your kids right. I'm about that too, but I don't know what she's like weird like that in my history. What am I to say? So, knowing that, I don't want to offend her too much, but yeah, it's bad that you didn't tell me the truth. And I asked her, do you know those 4 Dons? I named them off like maybe 100 or 200 times. She wouldn't say nothing. She looks down. Okay. Oh, like, what happened? There's a glitch there. What happened? What went wrong? Why don't you just tell me the truth instead of using my Stu Arts degree for your portfolio? Now, let me explain this. Mrs. Cunningham, the special education teacher there at Riverview High School, they tell me when I called there, I called the rehab clinic at Henry Ford one time, and they say that they don't know of a Mrs. Cunningham. Miss Lisa Cunningham, was that her name? They don't know of a Lisa Cunningham. I said that. They don't know about her. What happened to her? They don't know anything about her. She actually, this Mrs. Cunningham knew about this Shenmue. She takes me out to the hallway one time from sitting in class. She says, Ryan, come here. I want to talk to you a minute. And she walks me down the hallway at RCHS, and she says, Ryan, I want you to know. She says, Ryan, I want you to listen to me, and I want you to know. Just listen to me. We're still walking. She says, Ryan, if you date that Sarah, you're going to lose that Shenmue. And I said, what? Now, this is when I was completely unaware. I didn't even know I was Ryuzuki. At the time, I didn't even know that. I'm playing Shenmue all the time. From 1999 till graduation of high school, I'm always playing Shenmue. I'm running on a treadmill in my basement to the song, The Spot. I play it and I'm running to it in the treadmill, but I don't know why I was having trouble getting into shape. Now I meet this Sarah girl. She knows the Raymond. She knows I'm Ryuzuki. She knows all this information. And she says not one word. Now, you tell me I don't know what the Catholic Church is going to do about her, but I think you should become a nun and just don't do nothing. Stay home and be good. Behave yourself, because she's like crazy like the way she is. Yeah, I don't know what to do about her, but this is my truth. And this is the problem I have with Sarah. She doesn't tell me the truth ever. She's like a liar in so many ways, because she wanted to take this for your family. That's not how it works, Sarah. And if I was supposed to know Mr. and Mrs. Scoop in some kind of a way, you should have availed Raymond Savoy to me on the phone. That's one of your boyfriends. Tell me the truth. Tell me who Nick is. I remember Nick is actually the same guy that is a SWAT team guy. He asked me to be on the SWAT team. He's age 19, I'm 14. He thought and highly of me and wanted me to be on the SWAT team. And then those other police officers that I'm trained with, the deputies or whatever ranks they are in the force, they thought of me like one of them at age 14. So that's the way I understand this, Sarah. Okay. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Scoop next door, I had no idea those were the people from class. Why didn't you tell me this, Sarah? Okay. Why now? I'm gonna put the shoe on the other foot. Why didn't Andrew or Melissa or Molly tell me this, or John tell me this? You could have told me this too. Doesn't Sarah have a disability, you guys? Aren't you guys competent, good adults? Are you respectable, people? Don't you have a good reputation? And don't I have a good reputation when I had that degree? That's another thing to consider. My reputation is more powerful than you at the time. For who you are nowadays, I'm somebody in this, these religious communities. People understand me to be a good person, a good son. My family's good people, But these people next door, I don't know what to do if your kids won't tell me the truth, And what am I going to do about your kids? You're going to give what I earned to your grandkids, Charles? I mean, you don't want to tell me nothing? I contacted his law firm before, and he doesn't say nothing to me even at all. I tried asking about this, talking about Sarah. They don't say nothing to me. Oh, Ryan, he's mental. Right? He's mental. I'm not mental, but that's the thing about this. See? I'm not mental. It's a misconception, and the reason I believe I'm mental is because Raymond Savoy gives what I did to his family instead. Now, there's only so much time to know this guy, but we had so many verbal agreements that you're going to give this to me. And does he do that? No, he does not. Why should I continue to be respectful? And this is the thing about me. I have been very respectful that year. I would try my best not to even swear at times. Like you know what I did? I followed all those thumping, Christian values and that. But this is the problem here. It's not that I should have to even do that. And these people here need to get arrested, a lot of them, The police won't do a damn thing about this. See? This is the problem I have with the Ruby police. The Michigan authorities won't do a damn thing about this, will you, huh? Because they're special. That Charles guy, I remember him. Let's say another thing. He's given this fat check. There's a check. He goes there and presents a check at Jimmy John's when I'm working there recently. It's called Wolfpack Enterprises. And I see Kalo Khan. Remember my friend Kalo Raman Khan, everyone? Let's just say this. I see him in a parking lot. I remember him. Okay, he's in that Honda, black Honda. I know what's going on here, man. You don't want to tell me nothing? You guys are insane, all you. Those are like fake friends from Pakistan, I believe. They really are. It's a crazy scenario I got here. Here's what's going on. All right, so in my college years, when I was going to Wayne County Community College District, I never really had a chance. I never had an equal, I never had every opportunity. I never had every opportunity to make it after I earned that SUE Arts degree. I never had every opportunity being envied, hated, discriminated against, hated even more for being Ryuzuki and all those things, nobody would tell me. So I never had every opportunity. All you teachers around here, you don't know what's going on? I do. I never had every opportunity to succeed in school, in high school. Probably Mr. Betway, if he's alive or not, would maybe understand if he was paid another fat check from Mr. Scoopin. Is that true? Now, if there's every opportunity I never had every opportunity to make it as an academic person in school because I'm Ryuzuki. Isn't that the truth, everybody? Huh? Let's ask the right people. I never had every opportunity to make it in college because I'm Ryuzuki, and everybody hates that. I never had every opportunity to make it because I'm Jin Kazama. Everybody hates that. I never had every opportunity because I'm Inuyasha. Everybody hates that. It's not for resale. Everybody hates that. It's still not. Everybody hates that. I never had every opportunity to make it because you're special. You're not all that. My son's better than you. Blah, blah, blah. I never had every opportunity to make it because I'm hated. Because you're a dumb Mexican boy. I never had every opportunity to make it in Michigan. Why? Why is this? The things I went through that were planned out from the police authorities since 1995, it's a conspiracy. I said it before. It's a planned conspiracy. Look the term up, everyone. It's not a conspiracy theory. Are you watching a movie? No. It's a planned conspiracy. And there's a group of people, they agreed to do this, and they made the wrong choice to make me look dumb. They did it. They thought they're going to get away with this. They thought they were never going to be found out. It's a planned conspiracy in 1995. Whatever group of people did this, I remember this Raymond Savoy saying, I'm gonna start a scheme and plan things because now you didn't have to do that, Raymond. You didn't have to plan a scheme on my life, a large scale scheme, Baker College, Can't have sex with that girl from Rockwood, that's cute, I don't like you, dumb Mexican, Terrence and Phillip, what am I gonna say? Am I from Canada? I don't know, I don't want to know, but do you really want to know? Pure moods, I know that I'm discriminated against all these years in Michigan. What are you gonna do, Michigan, to change this? Huh? I'm the only guy that should say this, right? Because I go through all this terrible discrimination in Michigan, and Wayne County is where all the crap is in the planet, right? I damn right know. I have every right to claim this. Isn't that what you said, Raymond Savoy, at the ceremony? I know damn well I'm telling the truth. Yeah. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. I do know. Yeah, I know. She's like Cobra Commander, right? Who's like Cobra Commander? The mirror face, I don't know. I do know. And knowing is half the battle. I'm Inuyasha too, I do know. But I earned my respect. You said it. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm complaining on the internet. So, all these offensive times in my life, I've got to do something about it. They won't give me an attorney. I can't even afford $50 for an attorney. They want $500. The one I'm going to get. I guess I'm going to be paying that if I can't find another one. I'm going to be doing that. I get $994 a month. I guess I've got to have my respect, right? I'm considering paying $500 of that money to an attorney. I'm not supposed to be on disability, really, because I'm supposed to be collecting royalties, intellectual property, more than that. I'm supposed to be a billionaire. Look at how I'm suffering, everyone. There's Raymond Savoy right there. There you are. Yeah, you want me to encourage, you want to encourage me to smoke a cigarette. I remember him smoking cigarettes at times. In the dojang, he had cigarettes, but I'm taught like the Dare values, don't do drugs. Chuck Norris values come from the background I am. Now, he had reasons to believe cigarettes was sometimes necessary. And I do agree at times, if you're healthy enough, you're living healthy enough, you're having a healthy enough life, you're having sex when you're younger, that's okay to smoke sometimes. But you do it too much, it might destroy you. So this is like, to me, what was to be. Listen to this guy, and if you were that way, if you were going to understand this Raymond Savoy, if I was going to follow the path, he knows all about my parents. What? How many parents? How many parents do I have? Foster, real? What do I really have? What's the truth? I think this man knows. He's a police officer. He's looked into all these things. I like to hear your testimony at the court coming up, right? And I really want to hear it. I think there needs to be a court hearing. It needs to go to federal and international level, because I'm finding my moves for Cosmic Kiryu, and I'm the likeness of this guy, Cosmic Kiryu. That's where I'm supposed to smoke from, right? Learn it from you. Is that the CIA tie from like Rush Hour, red tie? Watch the movie with Jackie Chan. Is that Chris Tucker in it? Watch it, Rush Hour. Because there's guys with red ties. This year, the tornado kick, I created that move on my own. What's it say? He made a rule that every day must go to church. See that? Hippity hop. This is coming from like my background in a way, but you see that? He made a rule that every day must go to church. See? That's Jamaican. Like kind of. There's someone that was Creole in a way, or someone, I remember something about this, but I'm not going to talk about it. Yeah. So this is like secrets that are not supposed to be known, but they're going to have to be known, because I need to get my money, not just my money, but I need to be respected as a Sky Ryuzuki. I can do this. Why would we change this, everybody? Why would we change all these things? Let me explain. I need to have a healthy life. Okay. Because, the teacher didn't want me to take medication, like this mental medicine. Now, there's ways of science and money. I think that I need the whole world, the whole staff, helping me to become this Ryuzuki guy. Here's what I really think about all this. Let me tell the real, fundamental, foundational, universal, historical truth to change the world forever. Forever. I'm the biggest still on the planet. You're looking at him right here. Riverview, Michigan. I'm the biggest still. I'm all that. It's all about me. Let me explain why. If you know me, you can understand the things I've gone through is a lot of terrible things. Growing up as a child, I'm not very special to people. People don't understand me. The little brown kid, nobody really understands. Nobody knows him. People don't really like you. You're not a white person. You don't look that way. I might look kind of cool nowadays, but I look like a little brown kid. Little greasy at times. Little dirty, little oily. Well, that's my nature. I'm Spanish and Indian or whatever. I don't know what I am. What am I? That's another question. What am I? I'm kind of uncertain about that at times. All right. So now, to really explain this and conclude this video very soon, okay. I want to say, I do apologize to you, the audience, if you're having tears in your eyes, the ladies, maybe children nearby. I'm sorry, but please understand me. I'm telling my truth here. In a lot of ways, I have to say this. I'm going to be saying this if there's court hearings, but this is really the truth myself. And I don't believe I have to accept that I'm less than some people that are controlling this intellectual property, because you're not supposed to be controlling it if you are. That's my property. I don't know how to tell people that, because I earned it. It's my rights to have all that money, all that power. That's mine, all mine. It's supposed to be mine. So, okay. You know, it's like that too, but this is what I need to say. I need the world helping me to be healthy, to be normal, to get better. Now, I stopped taking, let me explain this. I was taking this medication for mental illness, and I do feel a lot better in some ways.